Hi, Karith Foster with the Lawyer Dana podcast. I'm sitting next to my co-host Jennifer. Dana's off taking a lap around, talking to people. And we just got to watch JD Vance, Vice President, 47th Vice President of the United States, uh, talk to people, be interviewed by Mercedes Schaap. And what struck you most about that speech, that conversation?
Well, one of the biggest things that I really liked and what he said was he is bringing the Lord into everything. And I think that as a whole in the United States, the Lord has been kind of pushed to the side. And I am really seeing a huge movement with the Lord. Like I am noticing more people going to church and church attendance up. Church that I attend, which is Lake Point, we've had huge numbers of people coming to church and wanting to learn more about that and bringing families, seeing that family unit that he was discussing today. I mean, I was very moved by it because I find that families need that and they need that core, and the Lord is like the number one priority. And
Right.
if we put him first, that it really just changes and shapes things.
That seems to be a theme of some of the conversations I've had here. I got to speak with Terrace Todd and talking about how, his bishop prophesied that he was going to go to DC. And he was like, no, that's not in my plans. And I've had some experiences personally lately where I've, felt like I've heard. And I used to think people were crazy who said, God talk to me, because you're like, really? Aren't you getting a little full of yourself? Like, how special are you? But I am now in that place where I realize, like, we all are special in the sense of we all are God's children, and I think that God comes to us in a variety of ways and speaks to us in a variety of ways. Sometimes it's through other people. Sometimes it's through a voice that we hear that we know isn't our internal monologue. Right.
Exactly.
And I think that there have been so many things happening in this country as of late and in the world that are scaring people, that are making people reflect, that are giving people pause, and they want answers. And some of the places that they go are church, right? Community.
Right.
And, I think I had my phases as a kid in and out of church. I mean, I was raised in the church, the Episcopal Church, which I'm very grateful for because there wasn't it wasn't being forced on me. I wasn't being told I was going to hell for everything I did wrong. And I'm appreciative of that. But I certainly have evolved and come back to where I do also want a relationship with God. And that's not something that I really speak about publicly because I guess I haven't had the opportunity. Every now and then when I speak to people, I'll drop some God stuff, but I don't want people to feel like it's being forced on them.
There's a fear, I think, with a lot of people with talking about God because I think they fear they're going to be judged for it. And, and it's really sad in a lot of ways because we should have that freedom to be able to talk freely about him and to even talk about the things he does in our lives. And I love the fact that we have politicians getting up and actually talking about those things and really, they're not scared about it. And that's what we need. And we need that everywhere.
I honestly think that is also why so many people who are Christians that may not have and not even Christians per se, but godly people, right? Because I think there are people who are Jewish, there are people who practice Hinduism, who are Buddhists, but godly people, right? Who live under the guise of, do unto others, right? Under what Jesus, projected, that got tired of not seeing that energy in what was happening in the world and in politics.
Right.
And so maybe that is why they kind of came over into the quote unquote conservative camp, even though they may not be conservatives,
Right.
Because they wanted to see change. They wanted to see love. They want to see unity. And, however it comes. And I heard JD speak about that too. And I I do think it is impressive because it is brave to maybe speak in a way that not everybody agrees with, right? To speak in a way that makes you stand out and be fearless. And that's impressive. That takes courage. And maybe hopefully that influences more people to do so. And I think we're starting to see that.
Yeah, no, we're totally seeing that. I think the election alone, with as many people that voted for President Trump and just the direction that people are wanting for this country, I mean, everybody is looking for a change. They're looking for something different. They're wanting things to be better. And I think we're seeing that. We're seeing a lot of stuff coming out, and especially with the spending in our government. And I don't know about you, but it's very eye opening. And I was really in shocked on some of the things that I heard that was being spent, and I was just like, "What the heck are we doing?" You know, it's one of those things where we have so much in our country that we can work on and fix and make better, and really help and make a difference here. But we're not really focusing on that. We're focusing on things in other countries that, you know, doesn't even impact us. So.
Well, I think, look, America is young, right? In the scheme of things in the world, we're the toddlers, right? Thinking about how old our country is, how long we've been around, and what a power we have, the influence that we have. So it's this interesting mix of, toddlers have having a lot of power, but also really smart, wise people who want to say, look, we need to correct what has been going sideways. And that is something that I think that, so many people are hoping that this new administration does. Well, new and old, because JD's new, Trump has been there before. But, I feel like this time he's coming in like a wrecking ball. Like you could do the Miley Cyrus video.
Yes.
Where he's coming in to take care of stuff. Yeah, coming in.
So we have a special guest that is going to come over.
All right.
And so he has painted. This is a photograph of a painting that he's done, and it's going to be phenomenal. Hopefully he.
Can you hand me the other one?
Somebody's over there. Yes, here, take that one.
Because I want to describe it.
So.
Okay.
So it is President Trump kneeling and praying, and at the bottom here,
it looks like there's archangels as well.
All over. Heaven is opening to bless him.
Wow.
And there is the American flag. So the artist is right over here. There. This is being presented through Mike Lindell, who is coming here. I have an interview. How, like right now? Bring him on.
That's what I thought.
And if you could let the artist know that we'll have him on right after this interview.
Absolutely.
That'd be great.
Where is the artist?
This is incredible. He's with the painting that looks just like this picture.
Oh, okay. I will be right there.
Come on in. So, again, an incredible day here at CPAC 2025. And we have Mike Burita. Just come on in and tell me who you are.
Hey, what's going on?
I'm
Ben Brubeck. I'm with Associated Builders and Contractors.
Oh, nice. Yes, I've heard. Yeah, I heard about you.
Yeah, we're a construction trade association. So
excellent.
We're here to talk to the media about what the construction industry is doing and what the Trump administration is doing in our space. A lot of questions about infrastructure and workforce development and regulatory and issues and tax cuts.
Now, so, can you want to be about a fist away from the mic?
You got it.
So, and do you go by Ben?
Yeah, Ben. Yeah,
perfect.
Thanks.
So, how has the Trump administration affected your businesses?
So, a lot of our contractors were very, very hurt by the Biden administration's regulatory agenda. Most of our contractors at ABC are non-union contractors. And so in the construction industry, 89% of the construction workforce is non-union. The Biden administration said he's the most pro-union president in the history of the country. And they tried to pass legislation and regulations that really put our contractors out of business, wouldn't allow them to effectively bid on public works projects. So
really,
they feel like they're super excited about the opportunities here. A lot of the infrastructure bill money hasn't come out yet. A lot of the projects that were funded under there had delays and cost overruns because there wasn't enough union labor to do that work.
Oh, really?
And so our contractors and our workers that their employees are super excited about the opportunities going forward and feel like there's regulatory relief on the horizon.
Nice. So how many agencies and workers are we talking about?
So ABC has 23,000 member contractors.
Wow.
In the commercial industrial space. Not a lot of single family home builders, but pretty much everything from roads and schools to bridges and energy plants and all kinds of other infrastructure in between. And so, there's all kinds of opportunities for the workforce to grow. We're doing a lot of upskilling of the workforce. We've got registered apprenticeship programs to bring people into the trades.
Oh, great.
And there's just a great, American success story right there as far as creating opportunities, career paths into the middle class and getting those people outstanding jobs while they earn while they learn, instead of going to the college debt trap.
Oh, yeah.
And spending lots of money in college.
I talk about that a lot. Even
yeah.
as an attorney, having gone through that, it's really questionable. And I tell people, if you're going to go to law school, you're going to go to college, you should go to how they have these rankings that come out. Oh, they're the number 1 or they're the number 17 school or whatever. That's all bull. That's all horse crap. You should go to the best law school that you go to for free. Apply for scholarships. If you're going to go to any, here's the difference. It's going to take you 20 years before you start to outpace somebody who simply goes into a trade, earn money, and then if you invest 10% of what you make. Have you ever read the book The Richest Man in Babylon?
Yeah.
That principle.
At
least 10% of what you make, you pay for yourself yourself. If you invest that, you will always stay ahead of somebody who is going to wait 4 years before even entering the workforce. You're going to come out of college with no marketable skills unless you're in computer science, maybe. And as Elon Musk knows, you don't need computer science in order to, you don't need to go to college in order to learn that stuff. A lot of those geniuses are not. He doesn't care whether you've got a degree or not. And otherwise, for medical or legal or architecture, certain things like that, you have to go through the programs. But as a lawyer, you're delaying your career for 7 years.
Right.
These other guys have 7 years of compound interest in investments.
Yeah, we've got a little chart that explains that to the people that want to get into the industry.
Brilliant.
And the parents love it. The guidance counselors are incentivized to put people into colleges, but they forget about the trades. And that's why we've got a skilled labor shortage of 439,000 people in our industry right now.
Wow.
So we're explaining to the youngsters to come right out of high school or VOTEC school and come work for a company. Our companies are recruiting people right out of there, putting them into apprenticeship programs. They have signing days, like your first round draft pick. They put on the hat of the company they're going to.
That's the way
really
you
create a cultural
Brilliant.
kind of phenomenon. And parents are loving it. These kids are working 4 or 5 years and earning crazy amount of money because there's so much work to be made. And honestly, a lot of these guys go on and they start their own business and then they're entrepreneurs. I mean, the barrier to starting your own business and being successful in the industry is just very, very low. Yeah. It's all about hard work and creating a good value proposition for your customers, your employees. And there's so many folks that I know at ABC who now have, 100, 200 employees and do
phenomenal.
$10, $20 million in revenue. And
I got to tell you, I own a law firm. That, to me, sounds easier than what I do. What I do is very difficult to grow.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to manage. It's highly technical. It's hard.
Yeah.
As opposed to going out and actually building and creating things. I would love to have, in retrospectively, I really don't know that I should have or would have lived as good. I think I would have lived a better life if I would have gone and done something like that. And I think I would have enjoyed it more. I have been out and worked some construction before, and I loved it.
Yeah.
And I took the sucker's bet and suffered. And now that I just turned 50, the past few years have been okay.
Yeah.
It's I'm just now kind of
catching up.
Catching up.
Yeah, that's right. Get ahead. And a lot of the contractors are just risk takers, and you've got to have a strong stomach because the profit margins are pretty small. So one project goes sideways and it can really cost you, but you've got to really work their customers and make sure the process makes sense, the planning that goes into it, the logistics. It's incredible. And just to look at some project that you built and have that sense of self-value and self-worth is just an incredible thing that you don't get from a lot of agencies. So we're super excited about where the direction of the construction industry is headed. The Trump administration is going to certainly help with the red tape, the regulations that are adding costs to projects that taxpayers are paying for. And frankly, business owners are just tired of investing in compliance, and they'd rather go build, get new people, give them more money,
all the
get new
compliance
equipment,
is doing,
all that stuff. Yeah.
there's certain standards and things, and I get it to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But at the level that it's at now, it's like when in medieval times when they were just taxing just to tax.
Yeah, and not just that, but they're telling a class of workers, you can't build America because you're not paying union dues, and that you're not getting kickbacks from the union to the campaign coffers. I mean, that was what the inherent unfairness of the last administration was, and so Trump's trying to level the playing field there, which is really welcome news for a lot of our members and their employees, and it's going to be a great deal for taxpayers. I mean, we know when there's more competition, costs go down, you get better product, better value, better quality, and I think that's what we're going to see over the next few years if a lot of these projects move forward.
Well, and energy costs.
Yeah.
Energy costs going down, releasing the fuel, everything depends on energy.
Yeah.
And so if your material costs are going down, then we're going to be able to build more.
That's right. So the construction industry is material costs have gone up 40% since the start of the pandemic. So that means 40% more expensive than what you'd already bid and penciled in before. So a lot of these projects got mothballed, or they had to find other money sources to get them going. And so bringing that energy cost down brings down all the product costs, and that'll hopefully make everything more affordable and create more jobs for the industry.
Awesome. Well, Ben, thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me on the program. Yeah, great to meet you.
So, what else can we do for you? How would somebody come in and to get involved in what you're doing?
So ABC has 450 government registered apprenticeship programs across the country. There's a map of that. You can go on workforce.abc.org, or just check out abc.org, and you can get plugged into our workforce development and apprenticeship programs. We also have construction management programs through our chapters across the country. We have 67 chapters. So if you don't want to go work in the field, but you want to be an estimator or a project manager or a marketer in the industry, there's a lot of new technology coming in the industry. You can come and we can get you plugged in. There's just such a thirst for great talent. So check it out, abc.org, and we'll get you set up there.
Sweet. All right, everybody, check out abc.org. And if your kids, if you don't want to send them to college and go down that rabbit trap, listen, if they're not coming out and going to go to college with a specific major that is absolutely required, go to abc.org, get them a trade, let them be an entrepreneur. Much better deal. And that's from somebody that I got a doctorate, and I'm just not real bought into that. For some people it's okay, but if you can get a trade, open your own shop, be an entrepreneur, you can make a lot of money doing that.
American dream for sure.
That is the American dream.
Yeah.
Thanks,
great to meet you. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Take care. Yep.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah, we'll do.
All right. Talk to you soon.
See ya.